to my YouTube channel. If you love to solve a mystery, you've come to the right place. Grab yourself a pen and paper, and together we're going to look at mysteries and try to solve them. My name is Beth MacIntosh. I'm a physical medium in the same way that physical media transmits data in data communications. I have seen apparitions and visions since I was a child. Victims of crime send me downloads of information that give me the facts of every case. So let me show you how this works. When you send a text message or a picture or video from this mobile device to another device, you do not see the pictures or words float in the air and land on the chosen device. Instead, you take for granted that the images and words magically appear from one device to the other. In reality, electromagnetic energy is used to transmit your message via satellite and then arrive at its destination. It's the same with mediumship. I can see the data better if I wear a blindfold, similar to a virtual reality mask. It is science that allows me to see into the past and into the future, not hocus pocus. You will witness how this works firsthand. I invite you to write down clues and facts and piece together what we believed happened in every case. Enter comments below, but please be respectful of other people's comments and keep this an engaging and respectful channel. Thank you so much. So, let's get into today's mystery. The story is Angels in the Cosmos. So Christmas is often regarded as the time of year for families and children to celebrate the exchange of presents and celebrate the end of a weary year with wonderful festivities, exquisite food and toasting the new year with champagne. For others it is all of these things, but also the remembrance of the birth of Christ and the religious traditions that go with these celebrations. The sound of Christmas carols evokes the heartwarming memories of our childhood. Candles are lit as a gesture of overcoming the darkness of our winter months and symbolically bringing light into our otherwise dreary world. Our Christmas messages always include the heralding of angels, and indeed the shepherds were visited by the angel Gabriel, informing them that the Saviour was born. But do you believe in them? Have you yourself experienced a guardian angel that came to you in an hour of need? In 1982, the Russian space program launched a space station called Salyut 7, and this was the 8th and last of its kind. During the program, some cosmonauts were commissioned to live on the station for long stretches, sometimes up to 255 days. That's a long time to be in space and to be away from your families. On the 12th of July 1984, 3 cosmonauts saw a very bright orange glow, and this orange glow surrounded the station. This had not happened before. What was this strange phenomenon? The orange mist caused alarm amongst the cosmonauts. They had not witnessed this before and therefore assumed it might just be some sort of gas leak. Blinded by the light, they were unable to photograph what they saw, as the light would have affected the exposure and corrupt any images. They then witnessed the orange light morph into 7 angelic beings. These angelic beings travelled for 10 minutes beside the station. The cosmonauts, they described these beings as winged creatures. And amazingly, these creatures were about 80 feet tall, with glowing halos. What an amazing sight! In some ways I am envious and wish that I had seen such a vision. But what do you think? Do you believe them? Write this down and press pause if you need more time. Did they really see these angels? Are you ready to continue? Here we go then. So in the 1980s, Russia was very protective of the secrecy of their missions and did not want the incident made common knowledge. They chose instead to convince the crew that the event was to be described as a group hallucination from possibly oxygen deprivation and pressure fluctuation. It was difficult to sustain this hypothesis because later that year 3 more cosmonauts joined them at Salyut 7 space station. So later that same year, all 6 cosmonauts now saw the angelic beings again. So I had the sense that these angelic beings perhaps were appearing as protective power, that they were celestial heavenly beings from a higher realm. So, question 1. Did now 6 cosmonauts really see these angels? And question 2. Why did these angels appear? I chose to investigate the efficiency and capability of the Salyut 7 space station. My research showed that this was a space station that was afflicted with 2 major mechanical issues. However, there were several minor issues as well that plagued the station. The international space race was highly competitive at that time, and the Russian government only chose to broadcast successes, not issues or failures. 9 months prior to their visitation of 1984, in September 1983, a serious fuel leak rendered the station vulnerable. It took 4 attempts to access the station externally and perform repairs that had never been done before. The crew were not sure the leak could be repaired. However, after the 4th attempt, the leaks were finally repaired. The cosmonauts saw the angels in 1984, but in 1985 the decision was taken for the station to be no longer manned, and the crew were released from spending long periods of time living at the space station. It's not clear why this decision was taken. Did the cosmonauts think the station was too outdated and dangerous? In 1985, after the Angels' appearance, the station incurred a total loss of power. The station was unstable and was travelling erratically, which suggested to Moscow control that the loss of power was causing the instability. Had the station been manned, lack of clean oxygen and water would have been a problem, not to mention no heating and freezing temperatures. A repair team was commissioned to travel to Salyut 7 with a view to connecting solar panels to recharge the batteries and get all systems working again. They had no idea if this was going to work. So in freezing temperatures, the repair crew docked their own spacecraft into the station while it was moving, which again had never been done before, but they did it successfully. And then using the craft, they rotated the whole station to adjust the position of the station on its y-axis to face the sun, and the solar panels kicked into operation. This had never been done before and was dangerous. They could have lost their capability of returning home. However, it worked. So did the vision that these same cosmonauts saw a year earlier give them the confidence to press ahead, knowing that they were divinely protected? So do you believe in angels? What were these creatures and why had they appeared? In vision, I was shown the following. The cosmonauts had never seen orange smoke before and were afraid. Their minds assumed a gas leak. This is what the angels wanted them to believe, as a warning to be always vigilant of gas explosions. This became a reality when they discovered a fuel leak a few months earlier. When the cosmonauts saw the angels, they were very afraid of them and initially believed they were extraterrestrials that were going to cause them harm. In their wonderment, they believed that the entities wanted to destroy their craft kill them. The angels stayed long enough for the crew to marvel at their beauty and be sure that the angels meant them no harm, and they were there to warn them of any impending doom. They wanted the crew to acknowledge that the orange smoke was there and act upon it, keeping them on guard of any future potential gas explosions that would destroy the station. So in the Bible, we are told that there are higher realms of existence and that there is an earthly battle of goodness, justice and righteousness, fighting over everything that is evil, depraved, unjust and hurtful. There are times when we crave truth and not lies. What is sometimes surprising to me is that people are more able to accept the existence of Satan rather than a God, and that devil worship is on the rise globally. We are told that there is an order in heaven of divine angels. We have archangels, we have seraphim, who guard the holiest of holies. So guys, when life just gets too much for us, we instinctively call out, don't we, to something for help. And when we are at our lowest, we are desperate for a breakthrough. Guys, I don't know what you are going through at this time. You could be struggling with finances, you could be fighting a serious illness, you could be out of work and be desperate for the job that could bring you stability. You could be homeless. I want you to know this Christmas that you deserve unconditional love. This unconditional love means that there is a force, which I believe is God, that loves you no matter what you have done in the past. A force that loves you whatever you are going through. And if you ask for help, this love will wrap you in safety and bring you to a better place. It might not be straight away, but ask for God and angels to come to you in your hour of need. And look out for miracles. For miracles do happen, as the Cosmonauts confirm. God bless you everyone, and have a very Merry Christmas.